visit just for a moment our game at Northwestern this last week. We didn't certainly play well enough to win the game in any phase, and that's coaching, that's offense, that's defense, and that's special teams. So we didn't coach well enough, we didn't execute well enough, and they beat us in every area. And I look at that, and you go back and look at everything leading up to that game. I thought we had a really good week of preparation. I don't doubt that. I thought we were in position from a game plan standpoint to effectively go through the game and have success, and we didn't. So we didn't coach well enough, we didn't play well enough. So there's a lot of people in the world that want the result without the responsibility, and everybody wants to win, and the process decides who wins the game. So we're back to what it takes every single day, every single minute of the day to dive into the process, and we're not going to back down from that. Football and college football is a very humbling game, especially when you pour everything into it and you don't get the result that you want. It's difficult, but it's also what drives you as a great competitor to get back into the winner's circle. So I do believe with very strong conviction, we're eventually going to break down this wall where winning is on the other side. So I won't stand here and make pointless comparisons or irrational opinions. I'm focused on really just devoting every single ounce that I have to get this team to play in winning ball, and started as soon as the game was over on Saturday on trying to find a way to get this team in a position offensively. We've got to execute, we've got to play more consistent. That's blocking, that's running routes, that's playing catch, and then that's executing the offense to find a way to keep the drive going. That's game planning, that's all that goes along with that, and we've got to find a way to score touchdowns. Whether it's a home run shot or it's drive the length of the field and get in the red area and go score. Defensively, I believe we need more disruptive plays on early downs, first and second downs. That'll help us in our third downs, in my opinion, to be able to get off the field. We had too many of those situations the other day that we were not able to get off the field. And then special teams, we got to work hard, which we are, to get that back in our favor. You look at the field position battle and how important that is. We've been on the wrong end of that. The kickoff return on a couple plays, and then huge impacts when you have a penalty in the punt return game. That's a 30-yard, or they take away 30 yards and give it to the opponent. So that's kind of the assessment of last week. And then as we look at going forward this week, being able to play in Ross-Ade, the 103rd homecoming game for Purdue University, excited to be a part of that. Got a lot of respect for Coach Shiano and Rutgers and his team. They're 3-4 overall, and the way that you watch them play, in my opinion, he's got a brand, and he always has, of how he's coached, and his teams play that way. They're tough, they're aggressive, they play extremely hard, they got really good players, they got really good schemes, and they've got tremendous coaches. So our challenge is to get our guys ready to go play, and we had, I think, our best Monday practice of the year today, which is exciting to see. Had really good meetings, a little bit extended in the meeting room today to cover some things we needed to, and then on the field for an hour and 10 minutes. Our guys were energetic, enthusiastic, played with a purpose and with passion, and that was good to see.
Questions?
Just to start with that, what made today the best Monday practice of the season? What was different?
Yeah, I thought our guys attacked it with the right mindset. You could feel the sense of urgency, and then I thought in all three phases, fundamentally, we became a better team, and I thought we were deliberate about our actions with that. And I think, on both sides, especially when we went some good on good, there were good on both sides with enthusiasm that I thought led the charge today.
Obviously, we saw Ryan out there today, didn't look especially limited or anything. Josh said there's still an evaluation going on there, but was there a renewed conversation this week as to just based on performance in the last game, if that need to be revisited, or is he the starter?
No, he's our starting quarterback, and I don't. Right now, I would list him going into, after today, I would say it was be doubtful. There's a difference in practicing and no contact and executing a game plan. So we've got to train multiple quarterbacks, which we will. I think Malachi continues to improve. Ben Meredith does as well. But if we were, it would be a doubtful at this point on where we're at in the game plan.
Going off that, was Saturday an opportunity to see what Malachi could do with extended reps in a game?
Well, I think we know what he can do. Excuse me. Got great confidence in him because of the way he's prepared since he's been here. And he needs to play within the call, but also he needs 10 guys around him to play really well, as every quarterback does. You've got to you get the play call, and then you're counting on guys to go execute. And you got to have 10 guys play really well. And I think he did some good things the other day, and I think there were some times he didn't have the opportunity to let the play out because we did not perform in winning ways at a number of spots around him.
Where do you find the balance on letting return men be athletes and make plays versus making the smart decision and fair catching or whatever? Because like you said, you pinned yourself back a couple times.
Yeah, there were a couple times, the one specifically when it hit the ground, we didn't do a great job of communicating, getting in position to, number one, alignment from which direction we were going on the field, where the wind was. We had moved the returner up. We didn't get aligned properly to start the play. And then the ball hung up a little bit longer, and we made a bad judgment call on that. So there's not anybody that has had more reps in special teams than our football team. So we've got to take that and then go put it into real game and execute. And I've got a lot of confidence in our returners because I've seen them do that. We've got to go do it in the arena when the lights are on.
Charles was just talking before we came in here, and he said, you wouldn't know this is a 2-5 team with the way that we're approaching this. Is that maybe the hardest thing is to make sure guys kind of stay up when things have snowballed the way they have and keeping them excited and enthused?
Well, I think it comes down to, are you a competitor or not? And the truth of that comes out and when you get the opportunity to go practice or meet or then Saturday play the game, how will you respond? So if any indications are what we look like going into today, I got questions answered in the meetings and how we performed on the field today, and then the pursuit of trying to capture that and then even elevate it more with fanatical energy and emotion. That is what we're chasing, and we'll get there.
But Barry, in the midst of a losing streak, how do you keep everybody up and going?
I think you look at the opportunities that are there for us to have a chance to go compete and play the game, for us to continue to build on this process of building a winning program and organization. It's day-to-day moving parts to make sure everything is aligned, and you stay the course. I mean, I don't think that anybody thought this was just going to be a cakewalk. You walk in and everything's fine and don't have any setbacks. That's usually not life. So you got to dig in and you got to trust what you believe in and get the people in every single situation, from players to organization, to stay aligned in the vision and keep pushing forward.
Have you ever been part of something like this before in your coaching career?
I have.
Can you kind of remind me where that was at?
Missouri, one year we started 1-5. We ended up in a bowl game. Memphis in 2012, we won 4 games. 2013, we're a much better team and we won 3 games. And then we came back in 14 and won the conference championship in 10 games. First year as a head coach at Missouri, we won 4 games and then qualified for 3 bowl games the next 3 years. COVID year, 2020 at Arkansas, defensive coordinator. It was a shortened season. I think we went 3-7. There's been some really good, and there's been some that, man, you just got to keep fighting. You got to keep swinging, and nobody cares. Right? You wake up and you pour everything you got into the program, and at the end of the day, you know that you did every single thing you could to move the program forward. And if you did that, you're making progress. And we've come a long ways since January, and we got a long ways to go. I'm not confusing that message.
What's been your message to the team since the final whistle Saturday?
I'd keep that between me and the team.
Any update on Myles Slusher, who left the game and never returned Saturday?
Yeah, he was limited today at practice, and hopefully we can get more activity tomorrow on him.
Other questions for Coach?
Smiley Bradford being a St. Louis kid, how,
Say it again.
Smiley Bradford being a St. Louis kid, did you have any familiarity with him as a prospect before you got here?
We did, yeah, I'm trying to think what year he would have came out where I was. I think I was at UNLV. But I know his high school well, know his high school coach really well. You know, great program he comes from, and you know, we know a lot of the same people just from, you know, my familiarity with the city and recruiting that place for a long time.
How are you seeing kind of the arc of his development as a guy who flashes a lot and is obviously still striving for that like next level of?
Yeah, just the consistency,
Yeah.
right? A lot of young players have that. He does. He's got the ability. We're excited about the progress he's made, and I think, you know, continuing to prepare the way he is, he'll continue to play better. And excited about what his future looks like for us.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thanks,
Thanks,
Coach.
guys. Have a great week.
everybody.
Thanks, Barry.